Hello students, in the last class we have learned about hybridization and today we are going to next topic, plant diversity. We have so far discussed modern methods of preparing quality planting materials. Even if we use quality planting materials, the yield may not be good if the soil is not fertile. Good quality soil ensures the health of a plant. Even though we have good planting materials, the soil also should be good enough for the growth of the plant. Okay. So, how can we make the soil fertile? What is the benefit of depositing plant debris in the field after cultivation? The nutrients provided by one kind of plant debris. Plant debris means the remains of the plant is not the same supplied by another. The more diverse the plant debris that decomposes in the soil, the higher the fertility of the soil. So, the plant debris increases the fertility of the soil. So, different plant debris decomposes in the soil and increases the fertility of the soil. Okay. So, the nutrients provided by each plant debris will be different and thereby increasing the fertility of the soil. Let us observe some of the methods followed by farmers to ensure maximum diversity in agriculture. Okay. So, now let us see some different methods which are followed by farmers to ensure maximum diversity in agriculture. In that first one is intercrop. Short-term crops cultivated among the main crop in such a way that they do not harm the main crop are called intercrops. They help in maintaining soil fertility. So, the first method is intercropping. That is, short-term crops will be cultivated among the main crop. So, one main crop will be there. In between that, short-term crops will be cultivated and they do not harm the main crop. And this helps in maintaining the soil fertility. We have already discussed that the plant debris gets decomposed in the soil and it increases the fertility of the soil. Okay. So, the short-term crops, that is which are grown in a short period of time, is cultivated among the main crop. So, those plant debris gets decomposed in the soil and it increases the soil fertility. Okay. So, that is known as intercrop. So, now you can know more about intercrop by watching this video. Next method is crop rotation. Cultivating a different crop instead of the crop cultivated earlier is called crop rotation. Haven't you noticed the cultivation of pea, black gram, etc. at intervals in paddy fields? So, what is crop rotation? In crop rotation, cultivating a different crop. That is, for example, if paddy is cultivated, after that pea or black gram is cultivated. Then again paddy. Like that, the crops changes. And that method is known as crop rotation. One after the other, changing the crop and cultivating. And this method is known as crop rotation. And these methods are done by the farmers to ensure maximum diversity in agriculture. Okay, now let us see a crop rotation video.
Crop rotation. Some places are suitable for cultivation of only few crops. For example, in India, rice is grown in approximately 34% of the overall crop territory of the country. To get maximum yield, farmers grow same type of crop at same place again and again. This leads to reduction in availability of nutrients. But growing different crops can help retain nutrients. There are plants which are home to microorganisms that convert atmospheric nitrogen gas to nutrient. Leguminous plants have root nodes which are home to bacteria such as Rhizobium. These bacteria depend on plants for food, and in exchange, they convert atmospheric nitrogen to nitrogen nutrients. Plant and bacteria form a symbiotic relationship. Some nutrients get absorbed by plants and rest mixes in soil. Gram, groundnut, wheat are examples of leguminous plants. When a different crop is grown after the crop of leguminous plants, excessive nutrients, which were mixed in soil, are utilized by it. Cultivation of different crops at a place in different seasons is known as crop rotation. Crop rotation results in increment of soil fertility.
Next topic is leguminous plants. Nitrogen is an essential element for plant growth. Plants cannot absorb atmospheric nitrogen directly, but they absorb the nitrate salts dissolved in water. Some of the bacteria can convert atmospheric nitrogen to nitrate. Rhizobium is one such bacterium. They live in the roots of the plants like pea, mimosa, common tephrosia, horse gram and black gram, and absorb atmospheric nitrogen. When these plants decay, the plant nutrients are added to the soil. So we know that nitrogen is an essential element for the growth of the plant. And plants cannot absorb the atmospheric nitrogen. And some bacteria present in the soil, that is, one example is Rhizobium. They convert the atmospheric nitrogen to nitrates, which the plants can absorb. And these bacteria live in the roots of plants like pea, mimosa, etc. And when these plants decay, these nutrients are added to the soil. So, these can help to increase the fertility of the soil. And different nutrients are needed for different plants. So, while doing crop rotation, these nutrients increases the soil fertility and thereby helping the growth of the plant. Okay.